Thank you, and fantastic to be back in New South Wales to play this game against Lebanon in March. Obviously got a fair bit of work to do before that, but I think this is probably the fourth or fifth game in the 5 years I've been in charge that we've played a game here in New South Wales. So the boys that we've got that come from the western part of Sydney will be extremely excited about having this game here at Parramatta at CommBank Stadium, and we continue this journey well. We started the campaign well, and we will continue that in March next year. So once again, to the New South Wales government, thanks for the support and having this game here in Sydney, and we're looking forward to it.
I guess, Arnie, you said there's a bit to go before we get here. What's it like juggling campaigns with the Asian Cup coming up? But how do you kind of plan the whole kind of thing?
Yeah, it could have been much easier, but that's the way it is. I think since I've been in charge, we've gone through COVID, we've gone through quite a bit. So it's mainly just now. Obviously, the focus was, for me, completely was the Bangladesh and Palestine games and making sure we got everything right there. And then obviously now it's the Asian Cup. There's a lot to consider with obviously the Asian Cup. There's also, we've got a very, very important Olympic program as well. So I'm working very closely with Tony Vidmar that we get everything right in terms of player selection for both, because this Asian Cup was meant to be over 6 months ago, and obviously the Olympic qualifiers have been moved from January back to April. So it's important that we get our planning and our preparation right.
When you're selecting Asian Cup squad, and how close are you in your mind to?
Yeah, look, probably selecting it quite early, if I be honest, obviously because of Christmas and those type of things. And players over in Europe finish their seasons roughly around the 23rd, and then they get some time off. And it's good that they're going to get a break, but at the same time they've got to be ready to get into Doha on the 1st of January. So making sure that we're getting across all those details, Emma. As at the end of the day, making the fact that doing the nation proud as well is important. But it's great that we're going back to Qatar, because it's a familiar territory. It was like a home away from home for us, and the boys are very familiar with it, and we're looking forward to it.
A couple of bad injuries with Ryan Strain and Brandon Morello. How much of a hole do they leave it to give someone else a chance there?
Yeah, look, I think the time of giving chances is pretty much over. That's what the last 7 months have been all about. The two friendlies against Ecuador, Argentina, England, and New Zealand, and you've brought in players in those windows that and gave them the opportunity. But now it's serious business, it's serious work. So best 23 players available. As you said, unfortunately for Brandon Morello and Ryan Strain, they're out. Riley McGree is still a big question mark at this moment in time. There's some players that are not getting game time as well, and that, for me, that's important that they are. So we've got 3 weeks to keep watching and looking at the players and making sure that they're fit and they're ready, and getting that squad right.
Someone like Bruno Fornaroli left his run a bit late?
No, he's like any other A-League player. It's actually been good to be able to sit back and watch the A-League, and I don't think they're at their best at the moment, the A-League players, because they've only had 4 or 5 games, and normally after 4 months off, it takes you a good 6 weeks to get going again, 6 or 7. So I think the best is still yet to come for the A-League players.
What more do you need to see from guys like Bruno and Brand?
I know Bruno and what he can do for a long, long time. So it's, if anything, it's about with all the players. I know, obviously, all the A-League players I'm watching all the time. It's just about their fitness and their form, and we've got players in those positions. The competition is quite strong. So when you look at it, obviously 23 players I can pick. You're basically picking 2 players for every position, plus 3 goalkeepers. So it's not like I can just pluck players from everywhere.
You've sort of rotated the goalkeepers a little bit. Have you got the top three?
Yeah, John Crawley, and we're on top of that. That's that's my job. Is 3 days a week I'm at home watching all the boys play at their clubs and seeing where their fitness levels are at and how they're performing. And as I said, this Asian Cup is it's probably not the best timing for it to be in the middle of the World Cup. The players are getting pressure from their clubs back in Europe, and if I was going to say anything about the AFC, they should really seriously look at when they do play the Asian Cup in January, because yes, it suits the Middle East nations, but I can imagine Moriyasu in Japan and Jurgen Klinsmann at South Korea is probably having the same issues we're having with clubs at the moment, and because of all of our boys are playing in Europe. So a lot of our boys, if they do come to the Asian Cup, they can miss 8 club games. So it's quite a period there that is quite the clubs are obviously looking at. So it's just about managing all this and getting ready.
Seems to be part and parcel of being part of the AFC for you, like just in terms of like the oh my God, the
I had that yesterday.
Oh, jeez. Like the geopolitical stuff that you've had to deal with over the past few months. I mean, you had COVID in the last World Cup cycle, and this time around, like, it's just
Nothing's easy. Nothing's ever easy,
Yeah.
Emma. And it's just saying, it's when you have an Asian Cup halfway through the European season, and look, we're in Asia, so they're going to make it suit for Asian football. And as I said, the Middle East all plays in January, and same as Japan and South Korea. So their seasons finish in November, but I'm just saying for us in January, it doesn't really help that much because obviously, again, South Korea and Japan would be having exactly the same conversations today I'm having by playing in January.
Were there any players who were kind of 50-50 with that pressure from their clubs as to whether they would?
Yeah, there is, but conversations are still going on.
You mentioned how well you know Qatar. You played really well in the World Cup. The rankings last week, you lifted again. Does all that add extra pressure? And if so, is that something that you and the team enjoy?
Yeah, look, I think that's the biggest thing about this Asian Cup is obviously our expectations, and my expectations every time we go on the field is to win, and to go there and to win the Asian Cup. That's the messaging to the players straight away. But one big point that is crucial is our ranking, because if you do well at the Asian Cup and your ranking goes up, it makes our World Cup qualifiers, our draw, better for us and easier for us. So, well, not easier, but better for us. That that's the message to the players. Is at the moment we're sitting 4th in Asia. At this moment, with the way the World Cup qualifiers will be, the next part of it will be at this moment will be in pot 2, where 1, 2, and 3 are in 1, and then us being ranked 4, well, we're the best second placed or second pot team. So it's important if we can to do really well and get up in pot 1, and that will help our draw completely.
And with those players who are 50-50, you don't want to go into individual details, that's fine, but what do you tell them to try and convince them, and what do you say to the clubs to tell them how important this is for you and the country?
Well, firstly, it's the FIFA rules are they have to release the players. So that's important, but there is individual cases that I'll look at potentially differently. But at the end of the day, it's making sure that we get the players there fit, healthy, ready, and the boys are extremely excited for it. All the talk after the Palestine game in Q8 was about getting ready for the Asian Cup, and the boys are really looking forward to it. And you only get a couple of times in once every 2 years you get the opportunity to win a trophy or to win a prize, and it's important that we go in with that mentality that we're there to win it.
We saw Matthew Leahy come back from a pretty serious injury over the weekend.
Yeah.
Talk about the A-League guys and the fitness. Do you have confidence that someone like him who has been around the setup for a long time does have enough time to get back to his best?
Yeah, look, and obviously I'll be going to watch Lex live, and he looked obviously in the Champions League game against Kofu. He looked well, but it's how he goes over the next few weeks, and Lex brings something to the squad that we don't have really a big luxury in is his capacity to play in different positions. He can play left wing, right wing, centre forward, number 8, and he's that type of thing. And with his experience, it brings you something different. So obviously I'll be out watching him and as well as other players over the next few weeks.
Just in terms of the Asian Cup as a whole, how do you sort of compare your chances, I guess, compared to 5 years ago now? God, it feels like a lifetime ago. The last one was, so you've obviously been through a lot with this team. There's been some depth building. There's been a lot of changes. How do you look at how the team is actually positioned now for a trophy like that compared to 2019?
Yeah, look, Emma, completely different. Because last time when I came in, I had to deal with a older playing group after Russia. I didn't know a lot of the players that well, obviously to say hello to, but coaching wise, I had to completely change the culture after the birth of Marwak, and so it was I had 4 months pretty much from when I took over in September, August, September to January. So this time I've been working with these boys now for 5 years, and obviously the younger players coming through with the Tokyo Olympics, and honestly, I do have one eye on the Olympics for Paris. It's very important that Tony Vidmar gets his best team ready for the Olympics, and I think that's been shown over the years how important the Olympic program is for the Socceroos. So, for this Asian Cup, it's I feel a lot more relaxed, if I can say that, in terms of with the players, because I know them so much better than what I did in 2018.
Last one,
Thanks, Arnie.
Just logistics-wise, are you going to be setting up at Aspire again this time round? Or will you
No, I think those memories can't be repeated. And if you go back to the same place, and the Spire was fantastic, and it's not set up exactly the same as it was at the World Cup, or something is not the same, then it ruins those great memories. So we'll be staying in a different hotel in Kempinski, beautiful hotel where obviously new memories, new experience will come.